Tuesday, the 28th of October, 2025. 10:51. Low to mid 50s. Little wind, not too much. Georgia back roads and dirt roads. We're going to be turning left on a dirt road up here, working our way through to US Highway 441 129 over in Farmington or below Farmington. Oconee County. We are on the hunt for possum apples, assorted lichens, cedar limbs, branches, cedar tops that are dead and gray, little cedar trees 5, 6 feet, 8, 10 feet that are dead, have been dead and are gray. Supposed to start raining again shortly. We've had a good bit of rain. We're using S22 Ultra to video on a windshield mount. (1920 by 1080), 16 by 9 aspect ratio, full high definition. I don't know if we've got this set at 30 or 60 frames a second. We increase the resolution to increase quality, and of course that slows down the upload process greatly, but it makes for a better video. We have a couple of possum apples, but we'll be able to get the seeds out and predict the winter. One tree I was going to get possum apples from has already been deer or people won, got them before they were ripe. You mess with these things before they're ripe, they'll turn your mouth inside out. A lot of people that don't know any better call these American persimmons. And I guess that's their official scientific name. Well, the scientific name would be some kind of Latin thing, I guess. But, you know, anyway. They're really possum apples. And we are on the look for them. You see them along the sides of these dirt roads and stuff like this. So you'll see a lot of chinaberry. But, yeah, you'll run across these possum apple trees. The cows will get them before... if they're at the edge of a field, the cows will get them. Possums will get raccoons, deer. And if something doesn't get them before me, I'll get them. They are absolutely delicious when they're ripe, good and ripe. They actually look like they're rotten. They're really soft and mushy, slick, and they are absolutely delicious. Sometimes there are cows down here in the creek, but not today. You can see they cross right there. And you've got to have the fence to keep them out of the culvert. South. We get up to here to 441. I think we'll be going back north. I'm not sure. We're looking for another dirt road that's on the other side of 441. And I know where it is, but not in relationship to where we're going to come out here. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. We need the views, the watch hours, and the... Is that a possum apple tree there? And the subscribers. We're trying to pick up international subscribers and views. We're going to be using some international hashtags, or international language, or different multi-language hashtags. There, I'll get it out sooner or later. A tree farm. Well, I say that, I don't guess it is. I think they just got lined along there. This used to be a hog farm. I don't know if it still is or not. You see some sheep out there. I don't see hogs. They may rotate their animals, or they may have changed and not have the hogs now. I do not know. There's some cows. We got a cow short yesterday that's done pretty well. We're going to go left right here instead of going right there to 441. That's 441, 129. To the right is north, back towards Watkinsville, and this is south. Farmington is an interesting little, I guess it's a city, but I guess, Oconee County patrols it. I guess it's a city. I'm not sure if it is or not, but a city, community, whatever it is. There's an Oconee County volunteer fire station up here. Oconee County doesn't have a designated county paid full-time fire department yet. As it grows, I don't see how in the world they're going to not have to have one. And Oconee is growing, much to my chagrin. This Oconee is not the Oconee that we used to come down and visit when we visited grandmother and other relatives. That is for sure. You don't even recognize it. Nice old houses. That is probably what we're going to use for this. Get a snapshot. Probably going to use that for our whatchamacallit. Yeah, y'all know what I mean. Here's the old Farmington Depot. And we may may be the road right there. So I think it probably is. We may go straight across right there. I think it is. I'd like to get out there and get some pictures and video in that old building out there. It's got some interesting stuff out there. There's a cat. Look, there's a cat. Everywhere we go, there's a cat. Or more. Old smokestack vent. Need a wood heater attached to that rascal. I've always wanted me a wood heater and never had one. I've got to get one, even if I have to put it outside. I remember at grandmother's, there was only one room. Well, it wasn't, I say it wasn't heated. It was heated. It had a coal heater right in the middle of the, I guess you'd call it the family room, living room. But the kitchen, bedrooms, nothing else was heated. Was no bathroom. You had to go out to the outhouse. This may not be it. Maybe down one road further. One lane bridge. Let's turn left and go out just a little ways. Mount Zion Baptist Church. Well, let's go ahead and take a chance. This will turn into a dirt road either way. It may not be the dirt road we're looking for. "10 acres. Get off that wallet. This is Oconee County. Dig deep. We're also looking for dead cedar trees. We want to decorate them for Christmas trees with a little limb sticking out 3, 4, 5 inches, about 5, 6 feet tall. I think they're absolutely gorgeous. I had one and Tally confiscated it, absconded with it. I guess she figured, well, it sat around there a couple of years. I didn't do anything with it. But I did give her the idea. I told her I'd make a Christmas tree out of it. So she did it. It's really, it's absolutely phenomenal. I have several craft projects I want to do. No hunting. There are more deer around now than you can shake a stick at. I've seen 15 out in Frank's open area up there. There's not near as much hunting going on in some of these areas, and deer get overpopulated. They're not growing as large. And hunters provide a huge, maybe the largest portion of conservation. Hunting licenses, taxes on guns and ammo. As I've been down these little dirt roads, I still don't know for sure. I think this is it, but I'm not positive. This may be one road up from what we were looking for. I think it is. I don't think this is the one. So we've had quite a bit of rain. Water's still pretty clear. Not a lot of mud runoff though. Okay, it's looking more and more like this is the road. I think this is it. Now let's look for additional possum apple trees. We may have missed one along the way. And also keep an eye out for little dead cedar trees about 5 or 6 feet high. That have turned gray with age. Boy, I sure would like to have me about 5 acres and have me about 1 acre in a broom sedge field. Yeah, here it is. This up here on the left is where our possum apple tree is. We got some good ones. Was it last year or year before last? I think we got some good ones last year. Absolutely delicious. We ate them right off the ground up here. The first possum apple. That's it. They have distinctive bark. Can't hardly miss it. We'll check. I think there's another one up there. We'll check it too. I don't see any on the ground. Let me show you what the bark looks like. Try to move the camera slowly. Roll the window down so there won't be any diffusion from the glass. See how that bark is sort of block-like. What kind of little black berries are those? I don't know what those are. I'm not sure if we got the possum apples here, or I think there's another little tree right there. We'll see. Let me cut it off until we get up there. Get it back, get it camera mounted again. No, that wasn't one. But we'll look at that. Look at the coloration of that cedar, of that post. I don't know. That may be cedar post. I don't think so though. But yeah, I guess that's lichen growing on it, and then that broom sedge. I love that broom sedge. One of my best hunting experiences. Very few of my hunting experiences that I actually was successful was actually when you kill a deer. My most successful hunting trips were seeing other things. I was sitting out in a field similar to that, but it had been cut over pine, and the replanted pines were only about 3 or 4 feet tall, and the broom sedge was that taller, a little bit taller. And something, I was sitting on a 5-gallon bucket. I got where I quit climbing trees because I'd fall and go fall asleep. I never fell out of a tree, but you go to sleep, you fall out of a tree with a loaded rifle. That's not very safe. But I was sitting on a 5-gallon bucket, and something was whipping back and forth in front of me from left to right and right to left. And I said, what in the world is that? And all of a sudden, the nicest fluffy-tailed red fox stopped right in front of me, about 15 feet. Perfect profile, looked over at me, and then its mate came from the other direction and stopped. and both of them were looking at me, sitting on that 5-gallon bucket. And that was before I got into photography. I didn't even have a camera. Well, I had old Polaroid, but I wish I had that. That would be such a great picture. Now we're going to come out on Price Mill up here. To the right is Bishop. To the left takes you over to Bostwick, Jersey, I guess. Jersey. Bostwick takes you over to Bostwick, where the Cotton Festival is, if they still have it. It seems like I heard it was going to be the last year. Maybe last year was the last year of the Cotton Festival. We're going to go up here. We're going to turn left on Price Mill. We'll stop and talk to the cows. We talked to the cows yesterday, and they moved back at us and came up to the fence. We're real curious to check on us, talk with us for a minute. Let's see if we can talk with some of the cows this morning, or this, yeah, it's still morning. Hey guys, what y'all up to? Y'all sure are fine looking critters. Oh yeah. I used to know what kind the black ones and all were. That means good morning, in case y'all don't know. Look at that white patch on that one's head. Y'all thinking to yourself, he can't speak cow. He doesn't know the language. Come on, be friendly. Talk to me. Look at me like I'm crazy. Well, I guess I am. Well, yeah, we got one turning around looking at me. There you go. Come on over here to the fence. There comes another one turning. I wonder what I'm saying in cow. Okay, well, we'll leave y'all alone. We'll leave you alone. Oh, man. Folks, you just never know. I cut the camera off while I was trying to get it back together. You just never know what you're going to get into with me. Looks like a couple of cows are out down here. How'd y'all get out? Wonder if that's these people's cows. I don't know who to contact. I don't like walking up to people's doors. How'd y'all get out? Look, y'all don't need to run off. You get further away. I just want to get past you. Man. Well, let me get by and y'all just stay right where you're at. I don't know how to go about trying to find somebody to, other than knocking on that door, and I'm not particularly comfortable knocking on these country folks' door. Everybody's usually real friendly, but still, things are so crazy nowadays. There's probably a couple of $1,000 roaming around out there on the dirt road. Well, what I was going to say, or in the process of saying, we're going to turn left up here and then take the first street on the right, and maybe we'll see a fox squirrel. We've seen a fox squirrel there about 3 or 4 times out of about 8 that we've been by there. Right on the side of the road. We'll turn it off until we get there, because this video is already going to be 20 minutes long. Yeah, the fox squirrels disappear so quick. By the time you stop, or by the time you turn around and come back, they are real shy, real skittish. You start slowing down, and if you just drive by, they're paying attention. You just drive by and they know nothing's up. You just pass them by. But you start slowing down, it gets their attention. You come to a stop and they disappear up into, or down in the woods, up into a tree, around a branch. And I was down in Hinesville, Ludowici, about 5 years ago, in whatever the name of that wildlife management area is down there. And I saw a fox squirrel, and there was a hawk hunting. And that fox squirrel nestled down and hugged the top of a limb. And if I hadn't seen him do it, I'd have never been able to pick him out. The hawk didn't find him. But they are, from my experience at least, they are more skittish, more shy than regular squirrels. Big, black sort of face, dark. About twice the size of a regular squirrel. So maybe we'll see one. Okay, let's turn it off until we get down to that road. You know what? This isn't the road I thought it was, but that's still where the possum apples are. Okay, let's cut this off till we get down there. Okay, we turned right on Gober Road. We're headed back north now. This will bring us up to High Shoals, North High Shoals. And that stretch of road that I have seen the fox squirrels on is coming up here right now, and they've always been on the right hand side, right at the edge of the road and the woods. And I say they, I've only seen one at a time, but I don't know if it's the same one. But right in here, doesn't look like they're going to be out today. looking to the right, they could have bent over to the left too. Okay, let's go ahead and cut this one off. I think we're going to put this one together, and when we get a good reception area, we will go ahead and see about getting it uploaded. So this should be a wrap unless we end up adding stuff to it. Okay, we will add this. High shows Morgan County, Walton County. To the left is Morgan County, to the right is Walton County when we cross over, or we may be starting right here. Appalachia River, and this bridge is set to be replaced. I don't know when. It was built in 1958. So there you go. We'll stop this, and this will be a wrap.